Okay, now let's talk about how to sell the illusion a little bit more by adding a little bit of this powder on top of the player. So I'm going to come over to my player layer, and I've got this mask on him hiding his legs. And if I'm happy with that, I'm going to go ahead and right click it and click Apply Layer Mask. So now the mask has been added to the layer. So if we look at the player by himself, by pressing Alt and the little eyeball, then we can see that his legs are starting to disappear. So I'm going to go ahead and click it again so that it shows up. I'm going to add a mask by clicking this mask. And then I'm going to have a soft brush, and I'm going to make it small, start small. And I'm just going to start adding some areas where I want it to look like the powder is coming onto him. And then I'm going to start small, and then I'm going to kind of make it bigger and add a little bit more. And I'll do that in a few places over here. So I'm going to make it small and put a little bit here, and then make it larger, and a little bit over here. And then if you feel like you got too much, you can always come back to the white and add some back in. So you can do that. And then I'm going to do a little bit right here. So I want my black because that hides. And then I'm going to get it a little bit bigger. And I might even reduce the flow a little bit. And so it looks like a little bit of the powder is coming onto him and over him. And that is how you add the powder to make it look like it's coming around. And then you can just subtract it if you get too much. By hitting the X key, it'll take it to the white, and you can just keep adjusting it until it's perfect. Okay, and for our final part of the composite, let's go ahead and look at these adjustments. We can change the overall saturation. Double click that, and as you can see, you can increase or decrease depending on the look you want, the saturation. And you can change the overall brightness, and you can also play with these sliders. Overall contrast, you can add these curves, and then we have these colors that you can play with. If you want to add a filter, cooling filter, and then we have some warming filters, which I think look really nice. Okay, I just have one more little thing that I want to show you on this composite. I like this layer powder number 4 because it has like these little specks in it. So I'm going to make a copy of it, and I'm going to move it up so it'll be in front of my subject. So like right here. And then I'm going to release these clipping masks. Right click, release clipping mask. So what this is doing is, because it's in a folder, it's not really going to affect the rest of the player. So it only changes the color of what's in the folder for these hue saturation. I'm going to make a couple copies of this powder number 4, and then we can move that around in various places. So make sure you turn off auto select layer so that you can just grab whichever layer you want right down here, and it will only move that layer. So I'm going to move this, and as you can see, as I move it over to the blue side, it starts to turn blue. And I can rotate it so that it's coming down on his leg or whatever area I want it to be in, and then I press enter. And you can also resize and make it smaller or larger if you want to play with that way. You could also flip it and make it go a different, you know, flip horizontal or something like that. So then I'm going to grab this one and maybe have that come down here and be in front of his shorts. And again, I can rotate it so that it looks a little bit different, and we're not going to see any type of pattern or anything. And then, like I said, you could also flip it. So you could use this as many times as you want in different areas to get a little bit of powder in front of your player in various areas. And it changes colors based on this right and left hue saturation right here. So that's a really cool thing you can do. One more thing I wanted to show you how to do is how to change, I'm going to turn off all of this, and I'm going to show you how to change the color into many colors. So let me just turn off my player here so that you can really see this. So basically, if I wanted to change this to a bunch of different colors, all I would have to do is just keep copying these and changing the mask. So let's say I wanted to call this one red, and I'm going to double click it and move it over to red. And then based on how I put the mask with my brush, let's say I'm going to fill it all with black, and then I'm going to reveal the red part. So this is me revealing the red. And let me just copy it again and fill the mask with black by pressing Control Backspace. And this one I'm going to change to green. So you can do this as many times as you want and change it to all different colors. So I double click this, and actually I need to reveal a little bit of this so that, okay. So I'm revealing a part of it, and then I'm going to double click and I'm going to change it to green. So you can just keep changing it to all these different colors, masking off the parts that you don't want to show, and revealing the parts that you do want to show, until you have like every single color. Let's make a purple one, fill it with black, Control Backspace, and then I'm going to grab my brush and I'm going to reveal some purple. Oop, I have to change it to purple. So now I've got my purple. So that is how you change it to lots of colors if you want it like every color under the rainbow for this. And then, you know, you can turn back on your player, add your player in, and now you have a player that has all these different colors. So now you've seen what I want to show you with this background. So please take some time to go over to the sales page and check it out and see if you have any extra questions. Be sure and email me. And if you enjoyed this video, give it the thumbs up. I think there are a lot of little tips in here that you could take to any template or background. So I hope that you enjoyed it and have a fantastic day. See you next time.